United. Mario, you got a message for them. United. Alright, guys, no manager talk today. We are having no manager talk today. No manager talk. We are strictly talking football, strictly talking Manchester United. First and foremost, big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up everyone that's locked in on this wonderful, wonderful Saturday. No manager talk, guys. I don't want to see it in the chat. I don't want to see any of that stuff. I don't want to see any of that stuff. First and foremost, big up to everyone who said yesterday on stream, United were gonna win. Big up to everyone that believed, everyone that had faith, everyone that felt what I felt, because I said the magic of the cup, United are gonna pull off a 2-1 win, and it happened. It happened. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Bro, I actually think I'm going to lose my voice by the end of this. Today, I literally passed out. I think I passed out at one point. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We've got a bit to go through. I want to hear everyone's thoughts about the game. Listen, Erik ten Hag, the first manager to beat Pep Guardiola in a domestic cup final. You heard that. The first manager to beat Pep Guardiola in a domestic cup final. I'm going to say that one more time. Domestic cup final. Pep goes there. He pulled up in a H&M suit today. He thought he was Ten Hag. Bald head on shine. He thought he was Erik ten Hag. My guy was gulping water 30 minutes into the game. He was stressed. Sweat right from here, from the flipping circumference of his head. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Kevin De Bruyne. Third time this season he's been hooked in a big game for Manchester City. Champions League, Liverpool, and then the FA Cup final. He got hooked. I got so much to talk about, guys. I actually have so much. I don't know where to start. I don't know. There might be no structure to this stream. Normally there's a bit of structure, but today I actually think that there's going to be no structure whatsoever. Be sure to hit the like button, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Manchester United, men and women, are the FA Cup champions, winners, whatever you want to call it. Manchester United, men and women, are the FA Cup winners 2023-2024. And you know what? For what an emotional roller coaster of a season it's been for both teams, I am so happy. Like I don't think I can really sum up how I feel. I don't really think I can sum up how I feel. Today I was out and about running errands, as I do heap of City fans in the city today. And I weren't giving way to anybody in traffic. If I saw you had a City shirt on, I weren't giving you way. And one guy laughed at me because when he was asking me to give him way, I tapped my badge. I was like, bro. And he started laughing. He said, all right, cool. But I said it 2-1 Manchester United. I believed and they delivered. Carrington delivered. How many years has it been in a long time that Manchester United have had an academy kid in their matchday team? And today, those Carrington kids delivered for Erik ten Hag. And that second goal, guys, textbook Manchester United. Bro, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Big up to Aminal with the super chat. Says, Mina, I was almost crying when I saw Rashi crying at the end. These players deserve respect. I just wish they showed that in the Premier League games. We're not talking about this. Guys, the season's over. Let's not dwell on it. Let's talk about today. and the tactical decision from Erik ten Hag. 3 games in a row. Manchester United have won 3 games in a row. We're not going to talk about whether this is his last game or not. Let him relish in this moment. Manchester United find themselves in Europa League football next year. I think it's Newcastle that will not be I think it's Newcastle that won't be in Europe next year. I ain't complaining. I said I'd take Europa. I wouldn't take Conference League, but I'm okay with that. Big up to Olomba, been a member for 4 months, says, I knew they would win. I said it. Never had a single doubt in my mind. Been saying trust the process all season long till this day. Big up to Olomba. If you want to join the membership club, guys, you can. It's the pinned comment in the chat. You get your badges, you get your emojis, you get your custom member content. Erik ten Hag, 2nd domestic trophy. More domestic trophies than Arteta. But I'm not here to do those comparisons. I'm not gonna do that. But Erik ten, I'm happy for him. You see what it meant at the end of the game. Leacher coming, running over, lifting him up, you know, and then he quickly got back into character, went over, shaked Pep Guardiola's hand. But you see the emotions, you see what it meant to him. If you were watching the game on BBC, they interviewed him after the game, and all they said, and all they were talking about is whether or not he's gonna, like, they asked dumb questions. I don't care if he thinks he's played his last game. I don't care. I want to know why he decided to approach this game the way that he did tactically now. I want to know that. I that's the kind of stuff that I want to know. I don't want to know if he thinks he's gonna stay, because I get it. That's the clicks. That gets you the clicks. But honestly, I want to know the tactical decision. Why did he decide to pick Amrabat over Casemiro? You lot used to laugh at me, yeah, when I used to back Amrabat. You lot used to laugh at me when I was backing Amrabat all season, and I was saying he just needs a run of game to show you lot really what he can give you. I said that, and today Amrabat saved his best performance of the season for the FA Cup final. That's what he did. He saved his best his best performance, full stop, all season. He saved it for the last game, for the last flipping game. I will accept apologies in the form of subscribers, likes, super chats. I will accept apologies for the people that shamed me for backing Amrabat. For the people who doubted me when I said United should buy Amrabat before we actually got him. For the people who laughed. People laughed at me when I said I got Amrabat shirt. People laughed, Lil Yo-Yo. People laughed at you. But they're not laughing now. But it's okay. Today, I'm going to let everyone relish in the joy, because I've probably said some blasphemous some blasphemous things at the start of the season, throughout the season. You lot could probably pull it up. So today, no receipts. I ain't got receipts on you guys. You guys ain't got receipts on me. I'm just going to indulge in the moment. Appreciate the moment. The only people that was really supporting United were really United fans. Arsenal fans cheering for City. When did we ever expect them to have standards? Liverpool, I don't even know who the hell Liverpool fans wanted to win. I think they probably would have wanted both teams to lose if they possibly could. Chelsea fans were cheering. Amad Diallo's live on Instagram. Let's go over to his Instagram. Where are you, Amad Diallo? He's live. I can't get done for copyright, guys. Oh, their internet is acting up, or is my internet acting up? Is their internet acting up, or is my internet acting up? Is it there? Fix your internet, what are you at? Alright, we're back. No, we're not back! Wembley, sort out the internet. Wembley, FA, sort it out. Of course, trust the African to go live on things. Trust the African to go live on Instagram as soon as they get to the changing room. I don't want to get done for copyright with the music, guys. Sorry. I don't want to get done for copyright with the music, because obviously they got music playing in the dressing room. But listen, what a photo this is, man. Let me go through super chats. Big up Lil Yo-Yo, been a member for 5 months, says the men and women won the FA Cup. Begin to call people. Listen, I am just happy. That's it. I'm just happy. I don't know what it is. I feel like winning this FA Cup feels a lot more better than winning the Carabao Cup last year. I don't know what it is. Maybe because of what the season has been. Maybe because of the just a roller coaster it's been. We're going to talk about the important players. Well, like Kevin De Bruyne, we're coming for you. I've got a whole breakdown analysis on Kevin De Bruyne. But I think, I don't know, do you lot feel like today's game means more? I feel like it means more. I feel like the victory means a lot more than the Carabao Cup last year. Even though the Carabao Cup was our first trophy in how many years, this one just feels a bit sweeter. Especially, you know, one off Arsenal. Arsenal got 14. Excuse me. Man United now got 13. So that isn't too bad. Next season we go again. Next season we go again. But just look at these guys. Just look at them. Look at some of these guys. Ahmad's first medal. He didn't get a Carabao Cup. He didn't get a Carabao Cup. He did not get the Carabao Cup. He was out on loan. That's his first silverware. Kobbie Mainoo, that's his first silverware. Erik ten Hag, last year at the Carabao Cup when he was there talking to him, saying, this is going to be you next year. This will be you soon. And he delivered man of the match performance. We're going to come to Kobbie, yeah, because there were some rival fans talking shit at the beginning of the season. In November when Kobbie was being integrated into the first team. Quite a few content creators, Liverpool fans, talking shit about Kobbie Mainoo. And now he picks up a man of the match performance in the FA Cup final. Certain men can't do that. Certain people were getting hooked 50th minute by Pep. Kevin De Bruyne got hooked 55th minute in a cup final. Kobbie Mainoo cannot relate. Kobbie Mainoo got a goal, which is arguably the winner. That is arguably the most important goal, the second goal. And you know what? When you look at that goal and the switch of play from Rashford, by the way, what a performance from him. He did the nitty-gritty stuff so well. But that switch of play, and it was just simple one touch, and Kobbie kept making that run. Big up to Riri with the big super chat. United! Come on, United. Listen, I'm not... no shade. Listen, today, there's no rules. There is no rules today, guys. There is no rules today. Don't come to me and say, oh, Mina, you said this, or I said that, or this part. No. Everyone bask in the joy and the happiness. Even if you wanted the manager out, have this moment of the FA Cup trophy. Remember it. Because it's been a minute since we won the FA Cup, guys. Remember that. It's been a minute since we won the FA Cup. Keep that in mind. But big up to Riri with the big super chat. Just like Riri and just like those sending in member chats, you can if you are a member, or if you want to support the channel, if you're feeling happy today, if you're feeling wonderful, if you're feeling I gotta go to a family gathering later, but I don't care because Manchester United won the FA Cup final. Listen. Bruno came from Sporting like Cristiano. He goes left, he goes right. Make the defenders look shy. The Portuguese magnificent. I might break my table. Let me stop. Let me stop this because I actually might. Like, my camera might just start dropping. My lights might start dropping. All of that stuff. Listen. Bruno today, captain's performance. Led the tempo of the press. If you lot were watching the way United were pressing, yeah? Rashford on the left. McTominay slotting in just behind Bruno. Bruno in the false nine. Garnacho. He was setting the tempo of that press every single time. Ortega on ropes. That guy looked like he was shitting himself every time United were pressing. And they were trying to get United, they were trying to suck United out in the press to then just play out from the back. But United and Bruno, led by Bruno, and that's why I'm giving him his credits. We've spoken so many times about, Bruno doesn't turn up in the big games in the Premier League. Oh, he doesn't turn up against Liverpool. He don't turn up against... Today, he turned up. An assist, a very good one as well. A very, very good assist, if we're being honest. Let's be legit. That assist was something. That assist was absolutely a very good one. I actually thought he was going to shoot first time. I'm not going to lie, guys. He sent me a little bit. I thought, this guy's going to shoot first time. But it's like he had eyes on the back of his head. And he saw Kobbie making that second run. And for me, obviously, a lot of the credit will go to the goal scorers, Garnacho, the hunger to chase that ball down. 2 years ago, Guys, 2 years ago, Garnacho and Kobe were playing and won the FA Cup Youth Final. Garnacho scored in that. 2 years later, they both score to win Manchester United the men's FA Cup final. Is that not music to your ears? Is that not music to your ears, guys? Isn't that what Manchester United's about? Isn't that what Man United is about? Youth, academy, Carrington. That's why it says it in the title. I can't even remember what the title of the stream is. I actually can't remember what it is. But that is why I said it in the stream. Carrington kids. There is a clear pathway from academy to first team. Not like some clubs, but there's a consistent pathway from academy to first team. And I'm going to give Garnacho his credit. I'm going to give Maino his credit. I'm going to give Erik ten Hag his credit. I'm going to give him his credit for bringing them in to the first team, integrating them. A lot of people are saying Garnacho should be benched. Ahmad should start. A lot of people are saying that. But Garnacho's hunger to fight Vardio, to keep going and force that error and continue going. That's the easy. He's never going to score an easier goal than that in his career. I mean, he could have been nervous, could have skied it, but he's never going to score an easier goal and a more important goal, I think, than that. It really is what stories are made of. Word to Marcel, man. Stories are being written this season. These stories have been written this season, and that Kobe and Garnacho one is an absolutely wonderful one to write. But I cannot celebrate this. I can't, and I'm sure you lot can't, without acknowledging this guy here. Like, I am so upset. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be inconsolable when on the 30th of June, when he's officially leaving. Or when does his contract even end? Is it 31st May? I think it's 30th of June. Today, the whole time I was just watching thinking, bro, this guy cannot leave us. He can't. One of the best of his time, Leacher, and all I was saying today is I hope that this partnership goes out on a high. That's all I was saying. This Martinez and Varane partnership, I hope it goes out on a high. And Raphael Varane for me will be, he is the best centre-back we've had since Rio and Vidic. And I will absolutely shamelessly say, if you lot call me shameless for that, I don't care. But he is the best. And even when Lisandro came off, and we're going to talk about Lisandro, but even when Lisandro Martinez did come off, I didn't feel uneasy. I didn't feel nervous. I didn't feel scared. I still felt very confident because Varane was there. He's a leader. Today, Onana, and you know what? That goal that Doku scored, I felt like Onana could have done better, but I'm going to let him off because of the performance that he had. He made some big saves, great saves as well. But Varane was that fight, that spirit that we've been missing in the back line. It was there today. It was there. And that just shows, and this is why I wish the journalist asked this. I want to know why Erik ten Hag didn't play like this sooner. Of course, some of these players were not available consistently, but these players have evidently been made, I think, to play counter-attacking. I think. Counter-attack football. Sit back, be compact, frustrate the opponent. And that's what United did very well today. They frustrated City. City had the ball in the centre circle. I think it was like in towards the end of the first half. And they were just going left to right, passing side to side. They had to make that change of bringing on Doku and running an ISO play with him because no one else could break down Manchester United. Phil Foden couldn't. Kevin De Bruyne definitely couldn't. Kovacic was trying. Rodri, Bernardo Silva. These are players I rate. Bernardo Silva, a player I rate. Phil Foden, Premier League player of the season. They absolutely struggled, and that is not easy. That's why I give a lot of credit to Man United today. To be that disciplined and to frustrate the opponent, to force them into making a mistake, and you capitalize off that. That is not an easy thing to do. I think that's more harder than executing, another tactical decision that the manager makes. And the reason why I say that is because I think it's hard to be disciplined. It's hard to be disciplined in a cup final because you know the weight that's on you right there and then. You know the weight's on. One little error can lead to a goal. Vardio and Ortega is proof of that. But Raphael Varane today, what's that? I think that's 22 major trophies that he's won. 2022? I think that's 22 major trophies, counting the Champions League and all of that. But I'm absolutely going to include the FA Cup. And he gets to leave Manchester United with a trophy, with a medal. Is there any pictures of him with the winner's medal on? I'm not too sure. Another important guy. Another very, very important guy. Lisandro Martinez. BBC kept referencing his height during the game. I swear to God, they said when he was coming off, and Kyle Walker, by the way, you're not that guy. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, Kyle Walker. You're not that guy. But when he was coming off, they were like, you will never see a better 5'8" or 5'9" centre back than this guy. And I'm like, you lot are still rattled. You're still rattled about the fact that he is not your normal 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" centre back. You have to reference, rather than just saying he's put in a good performance against Haaland, who struggled, hit the post, or the bar, or whatever it was. Other than that, very, very minimal involvement in the game. I will take that. I will absolutely take that. He had to resort to trying to fight Kobbie Mainoo to get a penalty. And no one can tell me that was a penalty. I'm sorry. No one can tell me. Man United probably had a better shout at a penalty than City did. That's what I think. I genuinely think that. United had a better shout at a penalty than Manchester City did. But Lisandro Martinez, so important for this team, for the mentality of the team. And I'm just so happy to see it. When he went down cramped up, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping it was cramp. I was hoping it wasn't anything else. I was hoping it was not an injury and nothing else. But Haaland, wallahi, is so shameless. Like so shameless. And it brings me to this. I told you guys, I'm accepting apologies for Amrabat in the form of super chats. I'm accepting apologies for Sufyan Amrabat in the form of super chats. Haaland, you can have your 40 goals for the season. But Amrabat's going to have the streets. And the streets carry more weight. Let me see what the chat is saying. Gary Lineker and Shearer are some absolute clowns. Bro, they were asking the shittest questions. Excuse my language. But they were asking the deadest questions. You got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 7 minutes with Erik ten Hag. And you're there saying to him, oh, you finished 8th in the league. Do you think you're going to keep it? Shut up. Shut up. He just won a trophy. He just won an FA Cup. He now has more domestic trophies than Arteta. But instead of you asking, oh, why did you decide to play like that? Was it a tactical decision to try force them central rather than going out wide? Blah, 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 blah. How did you feel about when Doku came on? Did you feel like, Wan-Bissaka did a good job doubling up on him? Instead of asking relevant questions, they're just like to him, you finished 8th in the league. It's so crap. Like, sometimes the level of punditry in this country is I get it, it's clickbait-ish. And there was one thing that he asked Ten Hag, that they asked. They said, do you feel like you've been hard done by the media? And he goes, yeah, I have. And so have the players. And I'm glad he said that, because that interview was a prime example of him being hard done. It was a prime example. Rather than asking relevant questions. We get it. United finished 8th, but guess what? Still got a trophy. Still got Europe. Even though it's Europa League, but football on a Thursday, man. I'll tackle that problem next season before I get stressed out of that. Before I get stressed out about it, sorry, I'll tackle that next season. Let me just see what the chat is saying. Højlund did really good when he came on. Might go unnoticed. He did good for someone who I've been critical of his hold-up play. He did well today. I swear, guys, in that counter moment, what was it? 30 seconds before the end of the game, I thought United had a third. I was passed out. I swear. I had to keep checking my watch to make sure my heart rate was okay, because I thought that was a third. My heart was in my stomach. My heart couldn't handle this game today. And I went to last year's FA Cup final. I wish I went to this one. Pep is a salty loser always. This is supposed to be the best PL team ever. Him and his H&M suit can piss off. he can actually piss off. Be sure to hit the like button, guys, and be sure to subscribe. Day says deep block 4-2-4 without pressing centre backs but aggressive in the passing channels in midfield. Very good job by Erik ten Hag, but City had 2 pens denied. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Big up to Lale. I can't even, bro. I can't. Lali. Sorry, I'm gonna read your surname, which is Rashid. Says big up Mina and chat. United. Listen, this is not a conversation today. I don't think it's the conversation for the manager, whether he stays, whether he goes, all of that kind of stuff. Today, just bask and relish in the joy of what today is, which is a historical moment. 13th FA Cup for Manchester United, number 1. Number 2, 2 Carrington kids, particularly Kobbie Mainoo. Like, the manager finishing the season on a high. Whether or not he stays, guys, I am happy for him. I'm happy for him. Like, and I think everyone else should be. If you don't want the manager to stay, if you want the manager to leave, whatever, you should be genuinely happy for him. It doesn't have to be a conversation of Rashford should leave, or Ten Hag should leave, or this Bruno should leave, or McTominay should leave. Or enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. Who knows if we're going to flip and have a moment like this again anytime soon. But let's just talk about and give this guy his flowers. 19 years old. I saw a stat when Garnacho scored saying the last teenager to score in an FA Cup final was Cristiano Ronaldo. Then Kobbie Mainoo scored. So the last person to score in an FA Cup final before Kobbie Mainoo was Garnacho. 2 Manchester United products. Teenagers. Cup final. The last time they were in a cup final, guys, particularly Mainoo, it was the FA Youth Cup 2 years ago. That just shows the growth. Last year, Garnacho came off the bench against Manchester City. Today, he played a 90 and he scored the opener. I really don't think we're deep in it enough. Of course, I feel like a lot of the praise will go to the experienced players, the Varanes, the Brunos, but these are young players. These are young players that deserve all of the glory and all of the attention. They deserve it. And also Kobbie Mainoo, player of the match, a man of the match performance. Imagine that. This is a boy amongst men. But age don't matter in football. Age does not matter. What do they say? If you're good enough, you're old enough. Yeah? Certain man getting hooked. I'm never gonna let that down, by the way. I'm never gonna drop that. Because how are you getting hooked in a cup final? I think it was about 35 minutes in. And I said to myself, oh my god, Kevin De Bruyne is playing. I was like, the guy, he ain't hit a lick. He ain't done nothing all game. I couldn't believe it. Phil Foden I saw getting into spaces, dropping deep, trying to get involved. Kevin De Bruyne, nothing. And Kobbie was booked, by the way, 20-something into the middle? 20-something into the game? He was booked. He played the entirety of the second half and a lot of the first half on a yellow card. If that's not discipline, bro, I do not know what the hell is. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's not discipline. And I can't even say it comes down to experience because this is a kid. He's a child. He's 19 years old. Playing up against people who have been playing for 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years. And he put in a performance like this. And his finish, by the way, was such a good finish. The weight of the shot was perfect. Ortega was left scrambling, trying to cover his far post. And he sent him the other way. It was a perfect finish. It was even the run that he continued to make. And Kyle Walker is such a clown. Oh my God, guys, go back and watch the goal. And you see Kyle Walker being caught out in his position. He gets caught out and he runs and he makes noise basically, like goes, Aah! You literally see it. You see it in 4K. He tries to put Kobbie off. It's not enough to put him off. This is his debut season as well. And inshallah, God willing, it will only get better. But he deserves heaps of praise. Like, for the way that he's handled this season, the way that he's handled the jump from... They were saying he can't do it against Liverpool at Anfield. He did it. Scored the winner against Wolves. What a goal that was, by the way. Scored a goal against Liverpool. What a goal that was, by the way. But there's not a better goal for me than this one this season. He scored some great goals this season, yeah. And he hasn't even scored like double digits, but he's scored some good goals. FA Cup. He scored quite a few in the FA Cup. But for me, this one is the best one. Just because of what it means. And it also won us the game. Like, I'm getting a Cobby shirt next season. I should have got one this season. I didn't get any shirts this season, but I'm getting a Cobby shirt next season. I hope he stays number 37 forever. Like, I hope he I feel like if he goes to like a number 18 or a number 6 or something, I feel like those numbers of heritage numbers, they're cursed. Just keep your academy number. Keep that number 37. You know, like Foden wears, what is it, 47, I think he wears? Trent wears 66. You just keep wearing number 37. And I think this is the last but not least. And this was a very unfortunate. This was quite unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching it, I was like, the game finished, and he was crying, and I was trying to make sense of why it was that he was crying. Like, I genuinely was trying to make sense of it. Was he crying because is it happy tears? Is it sad tears? Then there was a part where they were waiting to come up to get their medals. I think City had gone up to get their runners-up medals. And Eric Ten Hag came over to him to console him, and he was just crying. And you know what? This is a lesson to people like myself, people in the fans, pundits, all of that stuff. This guy is clearly going through something. And today, he didn't score, he didn't get an assist, but he did the work that we asked him to do throughout. And I can't ask for more from him. I really can't. In a performance where the goal is to be disciplined, to stay compact, to move as a unit, as a team, and he did that. First player to come off. And I don't know if he was emotional because of Ten Hag. Was he emotional because of the fact that the last time he was at Wembley, he got booed? The last time we were at Wembley against Coventry, he got booed coming off. So maybe it's an emotional moment. This week, he's missed out on the Euro squad. He's not going to a major competition for the first time. It is a very... Like, these tears could mean a lot of stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. These tears can mean a lot of stuff. And for a guy that's been through a lot this season, I think this... You know when you got a lot of pent-up frustration? This is what I think it is. This is. I think it's just relieved. He's relieved after what has been a horrible season. Like, he probably just wants to see the back of the season anyways. He wants to see the end of it. I saw Tyrell Malacia, guys, when they were getting their medals. That guy with his fresh braids, I forgot he exists. But let's not get sidetracked. This guy's United through and through. Whether you have your opinions about whether he should still be at United or not, this guy is no different. Let me land. He's no different to Kobbie Mainoo. He is United through and through. An academy product from a young age. If I'm not wrong, he scored. Hold on. Before I FA Cup final. Hold on. Because I was about to say something. I don't want to be blasphemous though. Okay. What I was going to say was right, by the way. Yeah, I was going to talk about the FA Cup 2016 when Lingard scored. Another academy player scoring. Today, 3 academy players for me was important. Garnacho, of course. Kobbie, of course. But Rashford too. You lot might not think he did much today. But he did what we've been asking of him to do throughout the season. Just the nitty-gritty stuff. That's it. Press, defend, and if you can get forward. He was having, I think, a difficult matchup against Kyle Walker, but a lot of players do. A lot of players have a difficult matchup. But that switch for me, I have not seen Rashford try that switch in donkey's years. I have not seen him try that switch in a long, long time. If you just come through, guys, be sure to hit the like button, and be sure to subscribe. Do we want to see some, guys? Do we want to see some Ten Hag quotes? Do we want to see some Ten Hag quotes? I think I will love it, and I deserve it. We've got a few more stuff to get through. I can't believe that everyone's just talking about should the manager stay, bro? Guys, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. But you know what? In the moment, I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy this one. I'm gonna enjoy this moment. I enjoyed it. So you know when you pull up to your biggest hater's funeral just to make sure they're actually dead. That's how I felt watching this guy get subbed off. That's how I felt. Hold on. I need to pull up the picture. Turning up to your ops's funeral. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, this was me. Well, this was actually me. This was actually me. Let me find it. This was me. I stopped by one of my biggest haters' funerals just to make sure that guy was dead. That was me watching this guy get hooked off in the 55th minute. Where's that picture? There's another picture as well that I literally need to put on my wall. I actually might put it up. If I could put a video into what's it called? Into a frame. Wallahi, this would be the first one that I put into a frame. It would be this one. Because this was music to my ears. This moment here, when United went 2-0 up and this guy he opened his bottle, he drank that whole bottle whilst the camera was on him. And then I saw him again with a new bottle in his hand. He was stressed. Pep Guardiola was stressed the F out. He was, wallahi, and I think I deserve it. I think I deserve it. I will love it, and I think I deserve it. But let's go back to this guy, innit? FA Cup final. A cup final. Just a cup final, yeah? That's a big game, right? That is a big game. Liverpool, a couple months back, hooked. Champions League game. Real Madrid, was it? Was it Real Madrid they played? I think it was Real Madrid when he got hooked. The last game of the season, FA Cup final, hooked. And you know what, guys? I said it coming into this game that I felt like City would have underestimated United. I remember yesterday on stream, I was saying, I think City are going to underestimate United. Last year, we were just in their way because they were on their way to the UEFA Champions League final. That was their next game after the FA Cup final. So we were just a little step in front of them. I think these men partied too hard last week and probably thought, yeah, United. We got United. This life is a humbler. Erik ten Hag is the first manager to beat Pep Guardiola in a domestic final. I think Pep has been unbeaten in Carabao and FA Cup. I don't think he's lost. Is he that might be a bit of a blasphemous status that I've just said, guys. It might be a bit of blasphemy. But I will say blasphemous stuff. Mourinho did it in 2011, bro. That was 13 years ago. In a domestic cup final in England. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in England. I'm talking about the all the people he's come up against. By the way, I'm so shameless. Yeah, well, I'm so shameless. The first thing I did, message a group chat that me and my friends are in. Some of them are Arsenal fans, and I said, "Arsenal, that's how you beat City." Because them man they drew against City this year, and they were celebrating it, and then they ended up losing the league on what, 1 point, 2 point. That is shameless, but not as shameless as the performance that this guy put in today. He also forgot his sunscreen at home. Maybe that's why he came off. Maybe he came off because he was sunburnt, and they took him off for precaution. It could be that. It could be a precautionary reason that they took him off. But that was an absolutely shameless performance from Kevin De Bruyne, and I'm gonna down that hill. Players have bad games. The best of the best don't have a bad game in a cup final. I don't care what anyone says. I do not care what anyone says. If you are claiming to be the best of the best, you do not have this kind of game in a cup final. You know what? My neighbors are these kids are outside screaming, but I'm gonna let them off. I'm gonna let them off. I would have screamed from my window saying shut up, but I'm gonna let them off. I'm gonna let them off because I'm in a good mood. I'm in an absolutely good mood right now. And you know who I'm happy for? Another person I'm happy for. I'm happy for so many people today. Guys, this whole stream is me saying I'm happy for this person. I'm happy for that person. I'm happy for this person. I'm happy for that person. That is literally all I just keep saying. But truly, there's so many people I'm happy for. But in particular, where is he? I'm happy for this guy. I'm happy for this guy. That goal that United conceded, some people say that they shouldn't. It was I don't know what it was as well. It was like a weird shot that I don't know if it was the bounce that put him off. I think it was the bounce that put him off. But I thought he should have got a stronger hand to it. However, saying that, he kept us in the game so many times. Even not just through the saves, but the corners, the crosses, coming out, claiming the ball. There was a lot of moments that he did well. Happy for my African brothers. I'm happy for all of them, but 100% I'm happy for my African brothers. There's not so guys, if you're not African, maybe you won't know, but there's not many times that an African plays for United. To have 3 of them today, Ahmad, Amrabat, and Onana, even though Ahmad didn't play, but still he got a medal because his goal was the one that brought us to the semi-finals. I'm so happy for Onana. Some of these players, by the way, it's their first year. They weren't part of the Carabao Cup success last year. So Onana probably feeling like, was this even worth it joining the club? Was it even worth it? My utmost respect goes to him. Big contrast from David Hay and defending corners. This is why one is employed right now and one isn't. It's as simple as that. I think they could have scored once or twice from corners if it hadn't been Onana in goal. I genuinely think that. Be sure to hit the like button, guys. Be sure to subscribe. Sometimes I get so carried away. I forget to say it midstream. We're only 7 off 100, so let's get to 100 likes, guys. In celebration of this wonderful, joyous day. Today is a very memorable day for me. It's a very memorable day for me. I'm lying, guys. There's nothing really personal about it, but the sun is out. Manchester United have won the FA Cup final. And you know what? I think for me, what makes this probably even sweeter is just the journey that it's been this season. Like, we've been here. You lot been here. The community has grown here. Content and community. That's the motto here. Strictly good vibes. It's grown from that first game of the season against Wolves all the way to the last game of the season. It's been definitely a growing journey. And to be able to end it like this has been a wonderful moment. And you know what? We focus a lot on the players, on the manager, and we talk a lot about Erik ten Hag. And I will give him his credit for the way that United lined up today. He took a risk and it paid off. Casemiro. Bro, imagine that game if Casemiro was playing. Imagine. I'm actually scared to just think about it. But imagine if Casemiro had played. Bro, these kids, I don't know what these kids are on. But at least the sun is shining and they could just be outside. I don't mind. But imagine Casemiro played instead of Amrabat. Or imagine Casemiro played alongside Amrabat. It's very scary, I'm not going to lie, to think of it. I'm not going to lie, it's very, very scary. But Erik ten Hag took a risk today. Highest paid, one of the highest paid players at the club. Big transfer fee 2 years ago, and he told him, listen, you've put in a shift at centre-back the last couple of games, but you're not starting in a cup final. And I can imagine that was not news that he wanted to hear. Pulled out last minute with an injury. Camboala came onto the bench in replacement of him. But the Athletic did report that he wasn't happy with it. And I don't care whether you're happy with it or not, is you just do your job. Oh my God. Do you know what I just realized? Hold on. Before, let me talk about this, and then we're going to come to what I'm just going to park this thought for a second. But this is the future here. This is the future of Manchester United. Amad Diallo, Alejandro Garnacho, Kobbie Mainoo, and Rasmus Højlund. What a wonderful picture this is. I know for a fact these men be planning this before the game, saying this is the pictures we're gonna do, this is the kind of stuff we're gonna do, this is the celebration we're gonna do. I don't think Kobbie and Garnacho are actually expected to score, because their celebrations, it was just simple celebrations. It was just simple celebrations. But this is the future of Manchester United. We talk about experience. We talk about, the experienced players, the Brunos, the Varanes, Onanas, the older players, the senior players. But a lot of credit goes to these four here. A lot of it goes to it. And the reason why I'm saying it is because without some of these people's goals, United would never have gotten this far. Firstly, we wouldn't have won. We wouldn't have won today without two of them scoring. Rasmus Højlund, he's been on the receiving end of a lot of criticism this season for a young guy. Amad Diallo, the manager, and him, maybe they got their own little issues in it. And he never got to be part of the Carabao Cup success last year. At least Garnacho did. Kobbie got to be in and around it. He didn't get to be in the competition and play, but he got to be in and around it. Rasmus Højlund wasn't here. And like I said, for Garnacho to go from coming on as a super sub last year to try and break City down and not really succeeding, to scoring the opening goal the following year when you're starting your 40-something, I think it's like 42 consecutive games for this season. That is huge. That is huge. And you know what makes everything a lot more special today, guys? I didn't see Anthony. Bro, I didn't see Anthony one bit. I saw people indirecting him online, suggesting that he was leaking stuff. Oh, Bonmati has just scored in the Women's Champions League. But if today wasn't the FA Cup final, I would probably have done a watch-along for it. But I like Bonmati in it. Shout out to her. I want Onana to win the Champions League final, so Barca, good luck, and all of that stuff. But Anthony, nowhere to be seen. We thank God. I can only praise God for that. That guy would have stunk up the pitch today. He would have stunk up the pitch. He can enjoy his trophy or his medal that he gets, his participants medal. Verane is out of that door. He better be the one that's right behind Verane. But no negativity today, guys. Let's stay positive. Let's stay positive. Sorry. Let me not dwell on too much negativity. Let me not dwell on. I don't want to be the bad vibes. I don't want to do it. I need to find a team picture with the trophy, guys. Some records that Erik ten Hag and Manchester United broke today. Some records, just to quickly wrap it up. Number 1, ended Rodri's 74-game unbeaten run. But what the hell is that? Because they lost in the Champions League. So what the hell are they talking about? Am I wrong in saying that City lost in this Champions League? So how has he got a 74-game unbeaten run anyways? And then they ended Man City's 35-game unbeaten run. But I don't get it, because they just lost in the Champions League a month or so ago. But then, this is a real stat, like I said. Became the first manager to beat Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in a major domestic cup final. Now, there were some other people present. There were some other people present at the game today. Sir Alex Ferguson, poor guy, bro. He's had to watch a lot of disappointing games over the last couple seasons. particularly this season, he's had to watch quite a lot of nonsense. So it's nice to see them. That guy and his what the fuck is that, mate? Guys, what's this here? What is you telling me this is? Can you guys? Oh, you can't see my mouse. Oh, you can't see my mouse. What, bro? What is that? What is? Nah. Bro, what is that? That can't be hair. That can't be hair. What the fuck? What? Are you sure that's not a tan? Apparently that's hair. Anyways, let me not do that. Let me not be that person in it. Let me not be that person. Let me not be that person. Yeah, let me not be that person. No matter my dislike for the Glazers, let me not do that. Sorry guys. Let me clip that out after the stream. I'm gonna take that out. Cooking our owners now, huh? Yeah, the bar's on the floor, guys. But I'm happy to see the Ineos reign kicks off with a trophy. After yesterday, a lot of people were ripping into Ineos. A lot of people were ripping into Ineos about the news. A lot of people. Now, I think now it might just be a little bit of a waiting game. I feel like it might be a little bit of a waiting game, just to wait to see what the news might be, if there's going to be any news from Manchester United. I'm sure a lot of people are going to turn on their post notifications, so when Manchester United, or if Manchester United post anything, they want to be, active immediately. And I do think now it's just literally going to be the waiting game. Like, I honestly think it's going to be the waiting game. But you think about this season, guys. Liverpool fall at the hurdle of their what were they calling it? What were they calling it? They were calling it the last dance, whatever. Yeah. Farewell tour, all of that stuff. Pep, no double for him. Premier League title, very impressive. 4 in a row, that's impressive. But no double, which I think is the first time in a long time that they haven't won 2 trophies in a season. Normally, I'm so used to City winning the league and the Carabao Cup, or the league and the FA Cup. And all of the struggles, the 8th place. Erik ten Hag, 3 finals in 2 years, 2 trophies in 2 years. He's now has more domestic trophies than Arteta in less number of time. Make from that what we all wish. Make from that what we all wish. Let me go through the comments quickly before I wrap it up, because unfortunately, guys, what's the time? I got a family gathering to get ready for. So Community Shield, we will play City again. They will be out for blood. I mean, David Moyes came into the Manchester United era winning the Community Shield. Now, I'm not saying that there could be a next. I'm not saying that there could be a new manager coming in, but that's a good opportunity for, if there is a new manager, if it's Erik ten Hag, it's a good opportunity to kick-start the season. But I don't want to play them. We just beat them, and then we have to play them again in a couple months. Get them. But big up to everyone. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. I can't do the 1 hour mark because I got a dip. I got to bounce. I got to wrap it up. Isn't the Community Shield cursed? I think it is. It's been ages since we played in the Community Shield. When was the last time? The last time that we played in the Community Shield was Jose. Jose was the last one. Player of the match for you, Mina. That's a good one. Who's my player of the match? There was a lot of good performances today. Like, for me, Bruno, captain's performance. Kobe, great performance. So disciplined, so young, so talented. Amrabat, like I said, guys, I'm accepting apologies. Left, right, centre. Garnacho, good performance. He was a bit frustrating once or twice, but I feel like once he kind of grew into the game, it was better for him. Diogo Dalot. I did not actually mention Diogo Dalot, but Diogo Dalot Back on the left-hand side, what a performance. Completely shut Bernardo Silva out of the game. When he goes back to Manchester, he might have to drop Bernardo Silva home. Take him out of your pocket and drop him back to his house, because he completely shut Bernardo Silva out of the game. And even at times when Bernardo Silva would get the ball and kind of come onto his left foot, he read it so well. He read it so well, and you know, he made tackles at the right time, made passes at the right times, coming inverted a lot throughout some build-up plays. He was in that little CDM role, and that ball to Garnacho for the goal, great. I couldn't fault him for it. Dalot put in a good. I feel like because it was such a good performance across the team, I feel like a lot of people will go under the radar, and I feel like a lot of performances might go under the radar. But like, I've given Varane his credit, I've given Lissandro his credit. Wan-Bissaka up against two different people today. People expected him to be on toast a lot of the time with Doku, but he held his ground. He held his ground, and for me, it was also good that he wasn't prematurely going down to the floor to make a tackle. He was just holding his. He was just standing firm and forcing Doku to come in, and you'd see Amrabat come into cover. So that was that. Wan-Bissaka for me, good performance. Yeah, like I said, Bruno, captain's performance. Marcus Rashford, good performance. Garnacho, good performance. Scott McTominay, I didn't even talk about Scott McTominay, but he did the dirty work. He did. Sometimes you need people that might not be the flashy players, and they might not be that, but they do the nitty gritty stuff. And that's what McTominay was doing. That is what Scott McTominay was doing throughout the game. Obviously, Andre Onana, I spoke about him. Johnny Evans coming on to see the game out. You know, Mason Mount. Who else came on? Lindelof came on as well. It's just all round wholesome performance. I think that might sum up the entire game. It was just a wholesome performance. I'm sorry, but Kevin De Bruyne, bro, this is Belgium's superstar. Lukaku's probably done more than he has. Honestly, I'm so shocked. I'm being dead honest, guys. I am so shocked that he got hooked, and no one in media is not talking about it. Well, if that was Bruno Fernandes that was to get hooked in a cup final, we would never hear the end of it. We would never ever hear the end of it. But this guy got hooked in a cup final, and nobody is talking about it. For me, that's underwhelming. That's underwhelming, man. But big up to everyone. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. And if you were living under a rock, Manchester United are the FA Cup winners 2023-2024. Not only that, the women are the FA Cup winners 2023-2024. I might have to run with that in my background for the next couple months, a picture of both teams with the trophies, because I think Chelsea did that a couple years back. It's been a while since Chelsea did it, so it's nice for United to do it. I don't think United have never done it, because Man United women have never won the FA Cup. And you know what? Both stories are very, very similar. An emotional rollercoaster of a season, a struggle of a Premier League or a league campaign, both knocked out of Europe early. Both will go on to win the FA Cup final. Both games opened by Carrington Academy graduate. You can't write that. You can't write that. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Guys, I'm out, man. Enjoy your weekend. Peace. And hit the like button. Don't be a disgrace.